There you are, stuck alone inside of a dark, empty closet. You have something that you want to share, but you have no friends, no relationships, no connections. Just the people online behind your screen as you tell yourself this is all you need. Not because it actually is, but because you're scared it's all you'll ever have. No, I'm not describing myself recording this video, although that also applies. This is the situation where the main character finds herself in Bocchi the Rock. And you can probably tell from the title, she suffers from anxiety. Like, to an extreme extent. Not quite as extreme as Komi-san, where she literally can't speak at all, but where she gets the occasional freeze-up moment, like a video game NPC. Literally. Naturally, as the shy and quiet introvert she was, she never had the confidence to try and make friends with the people around her, and instead found herself learning to play guitar in the hopes that she'd one day be able to start a band. After literal years of locking herself in a closet to practice without actually taking a step, the series finally kicks off as she finally starts her journey not just through the hardships of being part of a band, but also the struggles of overcoming her anxiety in order to become Bocchi the Rock. Okay, I'll stop doing that now. Now, an anime protagonist being an introverted loner isn't anything new, considering it feels like at least half of them are now, especially when they're from the genre which shall not be named. But compared to how it's portrayed in most other shows, Bocchi's anxiety actually feels like something many of us would experience in real life. Yeah, a lot of shows have introverted main characters, because that's what a lot of us relate to, but let's face it, how relatable are they if they, alongside being anxious, also happen to be the school idol, or a flawless genius that knows anything, or even Kaneki? Let me tell you, the author got her portrayal exactly right, cause every single time she has one of her anxious reactions, at the same time while I'm laughing on the outside, on the inside, just like me for real. Getting called up by someone and assuming she did something wrong, being afraid to walk into an unfamiliar place without a friend to accompany, trying to find an excuse to avoid going somewhere new, and that classic situation where you're awkwardly standing around because you just took a bathroom break, and now that everyone's talking without you, you feel weird joining back in. It's not just her portrayal that's realistic, it's the journey to overcome it that is too. It's not uncommon for shy characters in anime to just suddenly become confident out of nowhere. But it just doesn't happen that way. Anxiety and worries don't just suddenly go away. Of course, Bocchi wants to change, and she tries to, but she just doesn't become a different person overnight. She took a first step making her first friends, and she took an even larger stride when performing for the first time. But there was no sudden point where everything changed. She doesn't even magically become confident or an extrovert suddenly through a single event, and even through the halfway point of the show, she's still struggling to talk to people, just barely whispering most of the time. Compared to the head smashing against the keyboard dialogue from episode 1, we can see how far she's come. Every tiny step that she makes feels like an Olympic pole vault because we can see how hard it is for her to actually make that jump. It's not about her finding the courage to reach out just once. It's about managing to hold on to that courage to do it again and again. It's just so goddamn heartwarming to see these girls come together and work to achieve their goals, not because they managed to completely move past their worries, because they're able to in spite of it. And that's right, I said they, because I'm not just talking about Bocchi, even though she makes everyone else seem like Giga Chad in comparison, but they all get that familiar feeling of nervousness. Except for Ryo, of course. Whilst Bocchi is generally worried about everything, the lead drummer is afraid of not being able to make her sister proud, and the vocalist is terrified of not living up to the others, to the point of running away even. Yeah, they're way better off than Bocchi, having the ability to order food without having a mental shutdown, but in the end, they're not all that different from each other. Although it may be to different extents, we all suffer from anxiety in our lives. Whether it's only by a little or a lot, it'll always have an impact on our decision making, but it's up to us whether or not to let it make or break our choices, whether it'll stop us from doing what we want to do. No matter who you are and where you're up to in life, there'll come a point where your nerves will get the best of you. Standing up on stage with all eyes on you, every single mistake seems to echo even more than the previous. the judgment and opinions of those watching making each one of them worse than they should be. You notice all of them, no matter how small. You notice everyone, no matter how many. And you start to think, I'm not good enough, and I never will be. And maybe you are, or maybe you're not, but whichever one it is, you need to act to find out. You'll always be nervous, and it won't ever go away. But that doesn't mean you give up because of what might happen. You keep going because of what you want to happen.
Bocchi-chanのロック。